organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
5, 4, 3.
Coming up today on Daily Iowan TV, breaking news, and later, abortion bill. Some big changes could be coming for the state of Iowa.
Take a look at a standout on the women's tennis team.
We have some updates on spring football.
It looks like we'll finally get a break from rain. Find out more in weather.
All that and more is coming your way. You're watching Daily Iowan TV. Good morning and thanks for tuning in to Daily Iowan TV. I'm Noah Gowdy. A University of Iowa student posted a video to her Facebook page saying that she was told to leave the Coralville Petco because of her skin color. Chelsea Montgomery works as a dog trainer and was at the store last night when an employee allegedly told her to leave because she is African American. Montgomery says in her video that police officers were called to the store and they told her she needed to leave because the store has the right to refuse service to anyone. Montgomery then said that she was allegedly told that if she returned to the store, she would be fined for trespassing. Montgomery continued on to say that this is not the first incident she has experienced at the Coralville Petco. In her video, she says that she has been called racial slurs over the past 2 months by employees in the store. Stick with Daily Iowan and Daily Iowan TV as this story develops further. Yesterday, a bill passed in the Iowa House making Iowa one of a dozen states restricting abortions after 20 weeks. The bill highlights that women will no longer be able to obtain an abortion after 20 weeks unless it would be detrimental to her health or put her life in jeopardy. The bill, however, does not include serious cases of rape or genetic anomaly. The bill passed 55 to 41. Yesterday, a report on sexual assault between the University of Iowa, Iowa State, and UNI showed that sexual assaults across all campuses have increased. In 2015, there were 16 reported incidents of sexual assault at the University of Iowa, 1 at UNI, and 12 at Iowa State. In 2016, there were 49 incidents reported at the University of Iowa, 3 at UNI, and 13 incidents at Iowa State. The University of Iowa police say they do not see any signs that the campus is more dangerous than previous years. The increased reports could be due to the Clery Act of 1990. The act requires that a crime on campus must be reported to police. Officials also said higher reports could be due to increased awareness for campus resources of sexual assault. The Republican Party within the Senate is debating on using the nuclear option to confirm Neil Gorsuch to the court. The Republican Party requires 60 votes for the Gorsuch confirmation. If they cannot obtain enough votes, the nomination is blocked or goes through a filibuster. In order to get around that, the Republicans, as the majority party, can use the nuclear option. This would mean that Gorsuch's nomination would only need 50 votes to go through. If the nuclear option comes into action, this would mean that the Republicans are overriding all previous Supreme Court nominations. President Trump's budget cuts could potentially have a huge impact on Iowa's agriculture, including the very people that supported him. Daily Iowa TV reporter Jackie Valadares has the story.
With $100 million being cut in programs that helped rural and poor Iowans, the second biggest cut affects Iowa's largest benefactor, agriculture. Trump's biggest spending cuts include environmental spending by $2.6 billion, agriculture by $4.7 billion, foreign aid by $10.9 billion, commerce by $1.5 billion, and education by $9.2 billion.
I think we should be concerned about President Trump's posture with China. That is where most people buy the most soybeans on the planet. That's how they get their protein. And they also buy a lot of American and Iowa pigs.
Iowa ranks #1 in the U.S. in corn and soybean production, and 85% of Iowa's land is used for agriculture. As many fail to realize, agriculture is more than just farming. It's the ways that which people live by. Scott Orth has more on the issue.
One of the greatest pieces of the ag budget, the federal agriculture budget, is what's commonly known as the food stamp program. And I would venture to say that if the federal agriculture budget is cut by 20%, the place where we're going to feel the pain the most will be with low-income families who depend upon that help.
As Iowa continues to see more cuts in funding, Governor Brandstad's recently proposed budget drops agriculture and natural resources by $1.2 million for the 2019 fiscal year, which begins July 1st. From Iowa City, I'm Jackie Valladares, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, this last week, we sure have seen a lot of rain in our forecast. I'm joined now by Alexis Tansey. Alexis, what are we looking at for the rest of our forecast?
Yeah, Noah, walking on campus yesterday in the rain was not fun, but I'm hoping this next week will be drier. Let's take a look outside this morning. The sun is shining, but we are expecting clouds later this afternoon. Let's head into the weather studio to find out what's in store for the rest of the day. This afternoon, we are looking at strong winds with a high of 47 degrees. And tonight, we will see a high of 52 degrees. The sun is expected to come out for the first time in a while tomorrow morning with temperatures of about 37 degrees. Let's take a look at the 6-day forecast to see if the sun will stick around all week. Friday afternoon, we are looking at the sunny skies and temperatures in the high 50s. Temperatures will sharply increase for Saturday with temperatures of about 72 degrees and sun. On Sunday, temperatures will stay in the low to mid 70s and skies will be cloudy. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 60s on Monday with partly cloudy skies. On Tuesday, temperatures will drop to a high of 54 degrees and clouds. And wrapping up the forecast, these clouds will stick around for Wednesday as temperatures reach the mid to upper 50s. That's all I have here in the weather studio. Noah, back to you.
Thanks, Alexis. In some instances of life-threatening illnesses, a patient may require a bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow donors can be anyone who decides to go through the registration process, and one University of Iowa student decided to register as a bone marrow donor, and because of that, had the opportunity to save a life.
An organization that is dedicated to saving lives. And so
The
students educate other students about the need for marrow and stem cell donation, and they hold marrow donor drives across the campus and encourage people to register. Approximately 600 University of Iowa students register every year.
The Be the Match programs aim to provide the best possible outcomes for patients by searching for younger donors. Right now, thousands of patients are searching for their match. For more information on how to donate or more on the process, you can head to the group's website at bethematch.org. Physical training, mental training, and countless practice with their team. These are the actions students are taking to become a professional gamer in the rapidly growing esports industry. Daily Iowan TV's Kyler Bruner has the story.
League of Legends, Overwatch, Super Smash Bros., Call of Duty. These are a few of the games that University of Iowa students play competitively at the National College and Gaming Association's Training Grounds. Training Grounds provides passionate gamers the equipment and coaching needed to compete in million-dollar gaming tournaments around the world.
So it's a really hard transition, and in order to make a professional career out of it, you need to show them that you can perform on a team in like a local LAN event.
The store also holds daily tournaments and hopes to bridge the gap between the amateur and professional level of play. Gamers must perfect control mechanics, game sense, mental toughness, teamwork. The list goes on, just like the traditional sports athlete.
You can make a living out of it. There's a lot of kids that played right here in Des Moines that are now making six-figure salaries on major teams, living out in LA, doing their thing.
Professional and amateur esport competitions draw in thousands of viewers weekly. Major tournaments can and have had a larger viewer turnout than the NBA Finals Championship. The NCGA recognizes the rising popularity of esports. They can see stadiums being sold out solely for the purpose of gaming competitions, something we're seeing right now in South Korea.
This might be it right now.
I'd say within 10 years it's going to be equal, if not bigger, than traditional sports.
Students will continue to train hard with the NCGA until that moment to shine arrives. Reporting in Iowa City, Kyler Bruner, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, it's officially spring here in Iowa, and that means Hawkeye football is back in practice. Let's send it over to Colin Murphy and Taylor Van Fleet in the sports studio to find out more.
Thanks, Noah. It seems like just yesterday the Hawkeye football season ended, but now we have spring practice all of a sudden.
I know, I can't believe we're finally here. And it looks like the Hawkeyes have a lot to look forward to next season.
Definitely should be a good season. As we near the middle of spring practice, our very own Mary Kate Herron caught up with tight ends coach LeVar Woods and offensive line coach Tim Powlsek.
As the Hawkeyes move into week 3 of spring practice, Coach LeVar Woods touched on with the loss of George Kittle that the tight end position is wide open.
It's incredibly competitive right now with all the competition. Everyone's getting reps. Everyone's working to compete. We're also working on our new system, as you guys know, with the new offense, and it's a little bit more multiple. Tight ends are asked to be in different spots, different positions, a little bit more than we have in the past, which is, I think, to our benefit. We have some talented guys in the room, some guys that can do some really good things, and we're trying to get everyone on the field.
Now the offensive line is facing some new challenges with Tim Powlsek starting his first season as the offensive line coach.
the culture that's within that group that I think has been established a long time ago, and you know who we are. You know, from a not necessarily it's got to be a run first offense, but we are going to run the football. You know, they go about their business pretty good. You know, the emphasis being right now in the spring of just trying to develop as much depth in competition as we can. You know, to try to solidify. You know, who's number 7, who's number 6, who's number 8 has kind of been the main focus. Not that we're ignoring the top guys, because everybody can improve, and within that, that's kind of been the central theme. Just go out there, compete, and improve, and then we've got to have some young guys step up and establish themselves in a position where they can get into a competitive situation with 1 or 2 guys.
The Hawkeyes will head to Des Moines this Friday for their open practice and end spring football with the spring game on Friday, April 21st. Reporting from the Iowa football facility, this has been Mary-Kate Harrion for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Stay tuned for tomorrow's show for more Iowa football, as we have 2 more NFL prospect interviews with Desmond King and CJ Beathard.
Another Hawkeye team that is doing well is the women's tennis team. They're 13-5 on the season, and they look to continue their strong season under the guidance of junior Anastasia Reimchin.
Nasty Reimchin has been a consistent option, number 3 singles for the Hawkeyes, and they'll look to her as they head into their final 5 games of the 2016-2017 campaign.
As a junior, Reimchin realized that this season she would need to take on the roles of both player and leader.
Being a junior, you have responsibilities, taking care of your teammates, especially the freshmen, the sophomores, giving them a good example, you know, in practice, on court, off court, supporting them. It's really important to be a good role model.
Reimchin realized being a leader means giving her teammates an emotional boost.
Being more of a leader and motivating all my teammates to believe in themselves more, and just always being a good energy on court, and like definitely show that you're there for them, that you believe in them, show 100% that you know that they can do it.
Reimchin and her teammates want to finish the season on a high note as the end of Big Ten play nears.
Finish it off on a great note, give it my all, fight, not give up until the last point, and really, you know, finish the season off on a good note.
The Hawkeyes are looking to finish the season off strong as they have home matches this weekend against Ohio State and Penn State. Reporting from the HTRC, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Reimchin and the rest of the team only have 5 matches remaining in Big Ten play, and with 2 of those this weekend as they take on Ohio State and Penn State.
With North Carolina winning Monday's national championship game, it is officially the offseason for college basketball. Let's take a look at the Iowa basketball team's top 3 plays of the season.
Switcheroo between Jock and Bohannon, who throws a pass to Isaiah Moss for the and one. Icing on the cake layup to beat Iowa State.
The number 2 play down to Indiana when Nicholas Barrett throws down an absolute monster of a putback dunk to fire up the Iowa bench.
And at number 1, down late at Wisconsin, Jock misses, but Pemsel kicks it out to Bohannon, who sets up his shot and nails the game-winning 3-pointer. A dagger from the freshman point guard.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow as we take a look at 2 more Hawkeye draft hopefuls.
And take a look at a standout on the track and field team. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, guys. And that's it for this edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check out our live shows every morning at 8:30 a.m. on dailyiowan.com. Also, be sure to pick up today's copy of the Daily Iowan. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, and have a great day, Iowa City.